Hello guys, it's Paula and I'm here today to work on the altered book. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's pretty hot where we're at in Oklahoma, but that's all right. I'll survive. So we're getting so close. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's weird. That's more than I thought we had. We have close to 10. So I'm going to try to do 2 at a time each time. So hopefully we can finish it sooner than later, right? We have done this forever. But I have several of you that really have enjoyed it, and I don't want to shut it down until it's done. I'm sorry if you're sick of it. I have people who aren't sick of my work today. So this is an old quilt square from like forever ago. It was hand stitched, not machine stitched. And I have several of these quilt squares, and I have actually made a book out of one that I may do something with before long. Okay, so I thought I folded this. I already glued all the pockets for the rest of them so I could know exactly how many pages to tear out. Now, I've got a pocket right here that I just kind of folded back in a small way. So I'm thinking I might do like this. I want to make sure that the green portion is still on here. And so I want to tear right here. And I think I'm just going to tear. How's that? I'm just going to tear, you guys. Don't fall over. I'm just going to tear instead of getting out the ruler. Because I don't, with this one, I don't mind doing that. If I have to tear more, I will. I've already torn around the outsides. So let's tear a little bit off here too. I think this is going to be long enough to be on this side, because this side is just solid, and I thought, what would look better than just an old quilt? I think that'll look good. Now, we do have a piece missing down on the right side of this, and we'll just do something else there, or we'll piece it or something. Okay, so there we go. It's looking better. Now, I do want to straighten this. I do want to pull some more off of this, but I don't want to accidentally lose something that, I want to make sure it tears correctly. That's the point I'm getting across. I don't want to lose any of this green, so I use that ruler instead. Okay, and I need to use it on this side. I just need a little bit taken off. So hopefully, stay on there. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be the first of the 2 pages we do today. And this is going to be one of my digitals before long. Okay, there'll be a set of them. And we're having a new bathtub put in. It's a walk-in tub, and we're just trying to prepare for anything and everything as we get older, and as we can afford it. It's not a cheap task to have a tub put in, I will tell you that. If you want one down the road, start saving. I know some people don't get that, but I have to take showers, and I don't like taking showers. I prefer tub soaks. I like to soak, and it helps my joints. So that's why I want it. So still waiting today. I'm going to say this and be done with it. I'm still waiting to hear back on my MRI. I will hear back sometime today, because I know there'll be some of you ask me. Okay, so we've got this little tiny spot down here. I really want this side to just be, decorative. So I think what we'll do is figure out a way to get this little thing to be a part of the quilt. And I think what we'll do is just slide it under here and see what that ends up looking like. Won't be perfect, but it will take care of some of this. Now, this is paper on cardstock, so when you're on cardstock, you want to make sure that you use plenty, and I mean plenty, of your ink, because it has a tendency to take more to hold it down. So first thing we're going to do is put this down, because we want to make sure it's in the right spot, right? Okay. So unfortunately, I had to get my cane out yesterday. I went to get a baby gift, and when I got back, I had walked through the store like a dummy. But anyway, you don't want to give up. And I was determined it wasn't going to get me down. So I walked to the store. And literally, the baby department was clear in the back right-hand corner of this huge store. It was Burlington's. We don't have a baby store anymore. We used to have two, and now we don't have any. It's kind of sad, actually. So anyway, I got my baby gift bought and crawled out of the store. And then I get to the door, and this is something I've never seen. You may have, but I've never seen it here in our town. They have wheels on their basket. When you get to the door, the wheels lock. I don't know. They have like a rug that's kind of a weird shape, and as soon as it hits this weird different level rug, I guess that's what makes it lock the wheels. I don't know, but they won't let you take your baskets in the parking lot. And I'm like thinking, am I going to be able to carry all this out there? Because of course I got more than just the baby gift. Can't go in a store without doing that, right? Okay, here we go. So the book is kind of at that cantankerous area where, you can't lay it flat anymore. So I want to make sure I kind of line it up to my, that's not the right spot. Let's see, there we go. I'll have to put something on top of this right here because I don't like the way that looks. I'm not crazy about the way it looks. I'll put it that way. Yeah, this is going to be quite a book. And I'm telling you, it's really cool looking. And then we'll do the cover when it's all finished. I got to figure out what we're going to do on the cover. I'll put it that way. And then I'll do a flip through and put it in my shop. Okay. Okay, now over here, I'm looking at this. I know who made this. This is Gail. Gail's, I'll put her website below. This is one of her digitals. Okay, so I like this shape, but I don't know how it will look in here. And I also have, what else did I have? I thought we could put this trim, which is Rachel's from Roxy Creation, right in here over whatever we put here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my ruler. The only thing, I think I'm going to tear with my I may just do it just like that. I'm not sure what it will look like. So, since I'm not sure what it will look like, I say we're going to just do this portion here. So, I'm going to tear straight across there. And hopefully it will be good enough. Okay. Using your paper, Gail. Thank you. Okay, let's do this right here. I'm gonna go ahead. She must have put this in her digitals for this page. You think? No. Okay, so there we go. So we can actually hopefully put it in here. I think it's the right angle. It is. So this is going to take away back here though if we do that. So I'm thinking instead of doing that, let's take this book back and then we could put some lace right here. And then we'll have to do something in this corner. Don't ask me what. I don't know any more than you. It's just, I like this doily. I don't even know if it was really a doily to start with. Okay, so we're going to put this like this. Now let me tear off this little end down here. Not much to it. And now let's ink it up. Okay. So I've had these two young guys. Well, the oldest one's in his 30s, but that's young to me. I'm sorry. I'm going to come out and do this major big job. I mean, in this bathroom with this little 19-year-old guy as his helper. And at first I was like, oh, but this kid is amazing. He's like Mr. Amazing Maintenance Guy. He can do anything. I kid you not. My husband and I both were like, oh my word. I guess even maintenance guys have advanced in this time. Look at him and I just think, you're younger than my children. Way younger. And the youngest one's nearly the age of my grandson. Tell me what you guys think about that. Do you have a hard time like going to the doctor and seeing a doctor that looks like he just got out of high school and couldn't possibly have his doctorate degree? Couldn't be a doctor if he wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I have felt. And then we have this. But I'm going to wait and come up with something for down here. Let's see what we can do. We've got this really cool lace at Scales. And there is some of this cinnamon color. It's really a pink, but it almost looks a fuchsia. And I'm wondering if... No, I don't want to try to piece that because I don't think it will end up looking good if we do. No, see, it has this other thing underneath. So we're going to do something in that corner. We just don't know what yet. And I'm going to get my little scissors and cut around this trim, if I can get my scissors to work, that is. And I'm just doing, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing it real quick like. Yeah, there we go. Now we have to do this top now. I'm going to try to get the orange in there the best I can. Or tangerine, I'm not sure. Doesn't look orange, it looks more tangerine. Okay, so let's see what we got. Now see, this would look good here. Gail, this is so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to trim it right here. And I'm going to trim it over here. Let's see how that looks now. Got that part and that part. I'm going to have to do something here. I think I'm going to just cut it out like that. Yeah. So that fits right there. I'm not going to attach it till the very end of this whole thing here. I want to make sure I have it something in this corner. But the question is, what? Maybe I want to add a pocket here, like one of those side pockets. And maybe I'll make it like a green or a yellow. Let me see if I have some green paper floating here. I know I didn't get any. I don't think I got any out. But I can do that. I'm going to get some green paper out of my heavy container here. Excuse me for 1 second. I know I've got some green in here somewhere. There it is, right there. That was super quick. Let's use some of that. Artie Mays is, I tell you, her little papers that she made to fill in places, she just made different colors, and that was brilliant. Different color designs. I need to come up with something like that that I can use. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we'll take a corner right down here and get my pencil, and we'll make it like a tuck pocket, corner tuck or something, you know. Let's see. So we want it to be about like that. So it's going to come right there. Let's see how far over. We have to have it over here. So where's my ruler? It just kind of does its own thing. It disappears all the time. Okay, so we're going to do it just like that. And if that one doesn't work, we've got 3 more corners to deal with, right? Let's see before I finish. Yeah, that's going to work. Now, I would have preferred to not have to do this, but it was shaped a kind of cool way, actually, for what I'm doing. And I don't know if this is going to be strong enough for a pocket. I think what I'm going to do is just, I really can't bulk it up anymore. I think I'm just going to make it look like one. You know? Yeah, that looks fine. Listen, I'm so not picky. And then when it just makes the project more of a challenge. Because now we've got to figure out some kind of trim to put on it. Maybe we'll put some lace or something on there. I'll see what other Gale trims I have in my box if I need to. Come off of there. This is on copy paper and it's not as heavy. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. Put it straight up with the corner. And then bring it straight down. Now, I don't like the way that edge is, so I'm going to take it back right here. Let me see if I can tear it with my ruler. I want it about like that. See, when it gets that glue on there, it doesn't cooperate as much. Let me see. I got stuff sticking to me. It's like, oh my goodness, let go. All right, that's good enough. It doesn't have to be straight. That's not the point, right? So I think under here, it would be good to go ahead and do that same green so it'd be more cohesive. What do you guys think? See, I think we can put this under here. Trim off these 2 sides and slide that under there, and it will look like we're trying to match the top. Brilliant, right? Believe me, it's not me. It just kind of falls in your hands sometimes. Okay, so let's get this off here, at least a little ways up. Come on. I hate tearing from that side because I don't have as good a luck. Let's just start right here. Okay, it's better and easier if you tear from the top. Yeah, that's what I mean. At least it is for me. I'll put it that way. Okay. There we go. Got that corner done. Now, let's do this. Let's slide it down into here. And then we'll just make it the size of the... you can try different ways to put stuff like down into pockets. Like I can just go like this because I know my book ends right there. And you just tear, you know? How easy is that? Pretty stinking easy. I sound like a salesman, don't I? Pretty stinking easy. I feel a little goofy today. Do you ever have days where you just feel goofy? My kids would say, Mom, you're goofy all the time. Okay, so I'm over here putting some glue on. I just want to make sure you guys can see. I think this way is easier than tearing out a little smidget of paper each time. Okay. All right, now the point goes down in here. Wish me luck, I think. Wait a minute. No, it goes this way. No, it goes this way. Oh, gee whiz. Let's see. I didn't pay attention, obviously, to what I was doing. This isn't right. What happened? That's not right either. Okay, just a minute. Let me think. It's like that. It is like that. Got to get it down in there farther. Maybe this isn't the easier way to do it. So much for what I said earlier. Okay, let's get that down in there. Let's see. All right, let's get that up there in that corner. And there we go. Now, I didn't get it down in there as far, so I'm going to have to tear a little bit right here. Like we did on the other one. Before it completely sticks. There we go. There we go. Picking up little tiny pieces I've torn and thrown all over the place. Okay, so now we're ready, I think, to put our ribbon right here, or lace. Really looks kind of crocheted a little bit. Okay, it looks like this one end is shorter than the other end, which is kind of weird, actually. Let me pull this off of there. We got a little piece hanging over. Come off of there. Okay. Okay, right there. A little bit off of this, just a little. Okay, now we'll put the glue on. Gotta watch the time. I have to go get my allergy shot today. I have to get out in this crazy heat. Not any fun. If I could get away with it, I wouldn't do it. But you can't, so. All right, so let's go right here. Put that right there. And then this is going to go as close to the edge as we can. We're going to have a little bit of text sticking out there, but that's okay. Because we're going to ink it. Let me get my ink out. Forgot to ink it ahead of time. but it's all right. It will ink, hopefully. And then I'll ink around it all when we're not on camera, because I know that's boring. Okay. All right, so there is what we're ending with as far as that goes. But let me look, and let's see what I might have that we can... Well, I just knocked something down. Hold on. Okay. Just the... it was just the lid to my box here. You know, what can I say? I have a box with stuff. Box of stuff. That's what I have, a box of stuff. And I got to see what might look good in this one. Because this is not your common color, but we do have some pretty pictures of different flowers and... Let me look. We got birds and we just, you know, got all kinds of goodies here. I'm looking because I kind of think I want to look at some of these pictures here. I want to see what we come up with that will look good with green. Because we've got several ones that would look good with green. Like, see, I can cover that. Or I can, this might even look better over here. I don't know. I don't like it there. I like this one here. And the reason I do is I'm going to tear around it, but I think it looks good with this color here. Oh, and that looks better over there. But I'm not sure. Not sure. Not sure. These are a bunch of little ones. We don't want those. I like these, you know, that have the right color scheme. Those two look good. Let's see what else I got. Let me see. Okay. Oh, this nest is pretty. Be pretty if it was the right direction, wouldn't it? Put a nest right there. This didn't quite what you would want it to be there. So we're going to put those two. And maybe, where'd the other one go? Maybe the nest. Let's see. I'm still looking. I'll be just 1 second. I'm thumbing through all this stack because I want it to be the right color for what we're doing. Let's see what that one looks like. And this one. Oh, here's another nest and another nest. Oh, I know that one for sure won't work. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, let me put this big stack over to the side. And we'll come back to it when we need to. Okay, so, oh my goodness, I hate not having places to put stuff. Ugh, makes me crazy. Okay, I really want to keep this showing. I do have a bird's nest that we could put down here. I could cut it out. I could fussy cut it kind of out in this corner if I want to. And then I have, let me get this other one. I also have this, which I think looks really pretty. Let's just see what happens. You want to, do we want to fussy cut it? Let's fussy cut. I don't know how good these scissors are, because my other scissors that I fussy cut with are in the other room. But I say we try it. And I didn't particularly buy these to do like that, but because there is quite a few little things going on here. But I just feel like that's what we need to do. Getting close. And I'm not going to do like a little picky kind of cutting out. I'm just kind of getting close as I can. It depends on where people who sell their digitals that are like this sort of thing get their stuff as to what quality you end up with. Now, in my situation, I did print these on copy paper. It will be great for collaging, but for, like, if you just wanted to put it in as a journaling card, you would need to print it on your cardstock. Almost there. I can remember when it would take me forever to fussy cut. I drove myself crazy trying to be a perfectionist when it came to doing that. It didn't matter. It did not matter. So close. All right. So now we can put this down here. And if we cut out our, I don't know if I want to cut out the bird's nest. I'm thinking that it might not. See, this is going to lean in like that. Let me cut the bottom of this off and we'll see what it looks like. You know, sometimes it's hard to fussy cut something that has a big background like this. So I'm just doing super loose fussy cut because it won't look right. The background of this card would end up taking over our paper we put down, and we don't want that, right? So I'm doing a very loose cut. Okay. Go. I think the fun part about a bird's nest is all the little straws and sticks and things that they accumulate in their nest. Now, I only have one little spot I don't like right here. So we're going to have to trim a little bit of that out because it's just kind of taking up too much room. Okay, so I'm sorry, I should have had that planned ahead, but you know, part of the fun is not planning ahead for me anyway. Let me get the ink. And I'm just hitting it in places to keep it from looking so white on the edges, you know. And plus, it will pop a little better if we do that. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Anyway, some people don't care if they ink or not. But I feel like, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I don't ink all the time. Like the Christmas cards we made yesterday, didn't ink those. Look how cute that looks, guys. Let me get over here. Make sure you're able to see right there. Okay, so we get our glue book and glue this down first. Where's my glue stick? If you could see this desk, completely see it. I got all the Christmas stuff put up this morning until it gets, you know, closer to November. Okay, come off of there. I don't even know where to set that. Okay, here we go. So I'm putting the bird's nest like it's coming off a tree here on the left. Okay. And I'm going to add the other birds on here like this. Where'd it go? Like this. So they look like they're another branch. I think that looks fun, doesn't it? Let's put some ink on this. This thing is so flimsy. So I don't know how much ink we'll be able to get on it. But we're sure going to try. All right. Flipping my lid all over the place. Good grief. All right, now let's turn this over where it's not going to stick to the paper, and be really careful because it's just copy paper, and I don't want to rip off like a leaf or whatever. Okay, let's get that off and out of the way. Gentle. Okay. Now we're going to do it like I said. We're going to add right here where it looks like it's the same tree. Now, I don't know where I came up with this, but I'm glad that we did because it really looks like it's the same tree, doesn't it? Let me bring it up. Don't you guys think so? I think it does. Okay, so that's pretty cool, huh? So maybe we need to put a bird up here, like he's part of this pocket. Or this little guy could come up out of the pocket. I don't know about that one. I don't like that one. Okay, I don't like that particular picture. Where did my other pictures go? Oh, my word. I just had this whole big bag. Oh, there they are. They fell. Of course, I put them in a place where they would. Okay, so let's look over here. I'm thinking we need something on this side. But I don't want a lot, and I tell you why. Because I don't want to cover up the quilt. I don't want that one. I don't like it. For what I want to do. Let's see what else. That one looks better than any of these others I have, I think. Let's see what this one looks like. No, the branches are too small. I'm not fussy cutting something that small. Nope, that's for snowy weather. I'm looking. Okay. So it's going to be that one is the winner. And then put this back in my box. Set my back over here. Okay. We'll do this. And then I will do and again, this is going to be very loosely done. And I'll just ink in any space that we need to. And then we'll make... Or I'll make, you know, or we'll make together. I don't know what we stick in that pocket. It's probably going to end up being a piece of journaling paper of some sort. Because that's really what this is supposed to be, is a journaling book, right? And so I don't want us to have to... Now, see, this is what you call loose. This is where you don't go into any nooks and crannies. Okay. Now, when you get to a flat edge, you don't want it to look flat. So, kind of round it a little bit. Or put a point on it or, you know, something. Okay. See, we're almost already done. And I'm using giant scissors. Wow. Not usually that lucky that it, you know, would look normal. Let's get that right there by his eye because I want his face to be shaped right. Okay. Right. Let me cut that. I think I cut off part of a leaf right there. Oh well. All right. Now I'm going to put this straight down so it kind of looks like it goes here too. Okay. No, I think I want it like that. So let's ink it. Just hitting it around the edges as best I can. Add a little ink on it too so that you can't see that background any more than necessary. Okay, so let me get my book. See if I can find a spot where you won't stick to the book. And what I'll do when I do this journaling, if I don't just do journaling paper in this pouch, I'll do something with a bird. How's that? All right, we're going to cover up this big spot here I don't like. So hopefully I'll be able to keep his tail down because his little tail is right down in the spine. I'll hold it a little bit, see if it stays. If we don't move it too much, it will. And I'll tell you another thing that would be great in this book. Just for whoever ends up with it. I thought of this the other day. If you go in here and add some quotes, just your favorite quotes, and just find a spot to, you know, and I might do that. I might put some in here, but it won't be on camera, okay? It'll be before I sell it. Okay, here's how this one turned out. Now, we haven't inked it all, right? Got the old granny's blanket, quilt square, and Gail's laces. Artie Mays's green kind of floral background. Yeah. So we got all that in there, and that's looking good. Okay, so let's see what time we're on. Oh, we don't have time to do a second page. But what we can do is, let me get the scraps off the table here so I have some room to work. We can go ahead and do something to hold down our little, or to use in our pocket. Sorry, I just started rattling on. Okay, so let me get something that will fit down. That's too big. How about we do one of these tall tacks? Well, I say tall. Let me see how far down it goes. Let's just see how far it can go. We don't need to take that much off. Probably about like that. And we're good. So let's make we'll use either a floral or a bird floral when we're done here and make our little guy. And then I'll stitch around it when it's all said and done too. Now both sides have a big blank area, which would be great for journaling. So I'm going to leave those and we're going to work on the top. How's that? Now let me get my box back over here so we can pick out, I was looking here to see if I had anything else I wanted to put in there. No, let's bring our box back and see if we can pick out what we think will look good in that spot in the pocket. Now I do like, where'd it go? This is Mrs. Cog. And what I love about her little, she's got these long like bookmarks. I'm not sure what she calls them. I'm sorry. But you can go look and check it out and see what, you know. Now see, these would be great on here, especially at least on one side. We might want to put a little something here. I like to print it out more than once because, well, let's see what looks good over here. They're mostly plants and flowers, but they can be made right into a tag. I just want to make sure we have something that goes with this page. Has the right colors. Now, let's see. There's a sunflower. That would look good. Birds love sunflower seeds. Let's see what else. That's pretty too, isn't it? So if you were a bird, which one would you pick? I know, I would pick the sunflowers. But see, Artie Mays has all these just cool, not tickets, but bookmark-like or tag-like. So they're really practically a tag for you, you know. So I like those three. I think I like those two. I don't think I'll use more than one, but I'm going to hold it there while we decide. So I'm going to put at the top here, I'm going to put some of Artie Mays paper at the top just to cover up the text a little bit, give it a little bit of a cleaner look. And then we'll just, yeah, like, see, that just fits perfect right there. Where'd my book go? Here it is. It disappeared. Okay. Of course, we'll ink this tag and stitch around it. Okay. Get my fingers down here working. Okay. Let's do it on that side too. That's a perfect fit. Must be meant to be. I know that sounds corny. Okay. Okay, so let's cover that and that. I like the way that's looking. So, I'm looking here to see if I want to add something else to this. Excuse me. I think we're going to add just a little bit of this Miss Gale's lace. That sounds like a little shop you would go to, doesn't it? Miss Gail's Lace at the country store. Okay, here we go. Let's just put that right there. And we'll do one on the other side. We might have to trim one. We'll see how it looks once we put it on there. Okay. Put some glue on here. I felt like it just kind of finished it off nicely, the top part of the tag. There we go. Let's flip it over and put some glue on here. Okay. There we go. Now I will trim off anything hanging over here because I want to make sure it's put together well. Okay. And it will get inked all over when we're done with the gluing. Okay, so I'm thinking if we want to put off to the side, or I wanted to have some journaling space. So maybe like, not everything has to be centered, right? But I think I like it like that. So we're going to ink around it because it is so tall. It'll be kind of hard to get back in there and ink it later. So I'm just going to do a messy ink because that's what junk journalers are supposed to do. I'm going to go ahead and messy ink this one too because it's going to go on one side. Okay, so I'm looking here to see how this one's going to look too. I feel like I need a little bit more green. A little bit more of the green paper behind it. It just seems like it needs to come further down. That's just me talking. Put some glue on here. Get this out of the way. But see, the thing that's nice about this is you can journal, or they can, or whoever can journal on the bottom of both sides. So it gives you a little more than you would normally get, right? Okay, now we put on our picture, or our bookmark, or our tag. Okay. I get those big chunks whenever I use cardstock for my paper because I press harder. And sometimes they just come off because they want to. Don't always have control. Yeah, I like the way that looks. It's a little crooked. No, it's not. It's just these are different shapes. No, it's straight. Now let's do this side. And let's see if it's big enough. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Whoops, it's bending my paper. Because I need to raise this. Maybe that would help. Raise my glue up a little bit. don't have a lot to talk about today. I went shopping for a baby gift yesterday. One of my best friend's daughter is having another little boy. And he was a major surprise. It's a sweet story. She had a little boy. And then he was like 3 or 4, and I think it was 3, and they decided to try for another baby, and they tried for quite some time, and heard about this little baby that needed to be adopted, and so they stepped in and adopted a little boy. And and he's about 1.5 years old or something, maybe 2 now. I think he's 2 now. Cute little guy. And and then what happens? Surprise! We're gonna have a baby. And the fun, neat part about it is there's a purpose for it. And I told her, or told my husband or somebody I was talking to about it, I said, I wonder if they've ever heard of the movie or the sitcom from back when I was a kid, My 3 Sons. How many of you guys remember that? I used to love to watch that. This single father with 3 boys and the trouble that those boys can get into. And it was just a good show in general. Okay, so let me cover this up here so we have this to use for another project. Okay, now we'll stitch around this and ink around it. And I'm just going to ink while we're talking. And in our next video, we'll do some work on the book, on the Windows book, and then we'll come back and do this again. I'm going to try to knock this out, and then we need to do something for the rainbow. Finish up the rainbow page. I know we've been saying that forever and haven't done it yet, right? We will. I promise. We got 1 or 2 pages left to do, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, so this is how it's going to look. It will have stitching around it, of course, and so it's going to have either the sunflower or whatever kind of day you think you're having in here. So, and I may put a little bit of something at the top here. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. If you haven't subscribed, please come join us. We have fun. And, yeah, I appreciate all my subbies that have stuck it out with me. I appreciate you. You have no idea. So, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.